Hello. Hello. Sorry, just a quick little update. I've got a delivery coming soon, so I'm waiting on that before I commence the stream. So I will be starting it, but it will be starting a little bit late. So apologies for that. We will be starting as soon as I've got my Amazon delivery. So hopefully in a few minutes. So grab yourself a cup of tea. Okay, so let's turn this music down. Okay, hopefully you can hear me. If somebody could let me know in chat whether the audio is fine, that would be amazing. Because I kind of am to use OBS, as you can see at the moment. Sorry for the sort of starting delay. I've got an Amazon delivery that kind of needed to be collected from the door, so that was always fun. Let's see if I can turn off this music. There we go. So yeah, I'm using the Under the Stairs setup today, which is basically my older computer, but this is the sort of setup I use for work. Let's just zoom that in. Cool. So what I'm aiming to do today is I've got a few little bits and bobs I need to work on. It's not going to be hugely exciting, I'm afraid. It's just going to be me basically working on some After Effects assets for the where I'll work. So for those who don't know, I actually work at the University of Lincoln, and I am a digital and design learning advisor. So what that basically means is my job is to support students and staff in a variety of technologies, whether it is existing technologies like Adobe and video production, or whether it is emerging technologies like AR and VR. So what I've been doing as part of that is I've also been tasked with producing video content and written guides for that role. So every year I have to make little video guides or written guides, and typically they've been kind of rush jobs, just because the nature of my work kind of means I don't get asked to make something until like last minute. Let's see if I can open up chat window without everything else being gone. Nope. Okay, I'm going to have to split. So this is my first time I've done a stream both to Twitch and YouTube at the same time. So that would be quite interesting. I'm actually going to open up one of my Amazon deliveries because I want to make sure I've got the right thing. So what I've ordered for Amazon is I've ordered a new UV bulb, new heat lamp for my bearded dragon. So nothing hugely exciting, and a bag of little camera connectors. So I'm actually using my DSLR with a camera link as my webcam on my downstairs machine, this one that you're seeing at the moment, just to allow me to have a higher visual quality. I've also had to apply a lookup table grade to this camera because everything was very blue, and then when I turned the sort of lights on, it went very orange. So I've had to play about with the camera settings a little bit. So yeah, let's have a look. I've got hot shoe to thread, which is good. Various different size threads to different size threads. I'm not going to use most of these, but you never know when I'm trying to bodge something together. It's nice to have that option. I will be doing as well, I'm working on the end of the week on my VR setup, so I'll be doing some VR sessions in the coming months. But as you can appreciate, that is itself another kettle of fish. Okay, so my computer is a little bit old, this one is, so it may any moment just keel over, which will always be fun. You may notice that this week there's a kind of a bumper upload of Spark AR tutorial videos. I basically wanted to make up for my lot of lack or late uploads of videos in the last few weeks. It's not been through desire or want, it's been through kind of back end work. And again, I can't show you some of the work that I do because it's only available to students that I actually teach and get paid to support. But I am trying to see if I can also create a kind of cut down version that I can then redistribute online in some format, which will be hopefully good. The audio I'm using today is just a camera's audio, so it's not the best. I would like to have used my lapel wireless audio setup, or to actually use the microphone I have up here. But I couldn't use them today because it was just having some weird weird audio glitch where I was kind of sounding even like I'm chipmunk or sounding really, really low, which is where the rate was not quite correctly set. And I didn't want to sort of faff about trying to get that fixed today. So for today's audio, it's webcam slash camcorder audio. So yeah, I've need to work on the COA technical assets. So the COA technical team, which is what I'm a part of, is the College of Arts Technical Online Service. And our colour scheme is this sort of pinkish colour and grey, and I need to make some sort of templates. So I've already made some templates before for the channel or for this service, but I'm not happy with them. To be honest with you, I'd rather I want to redo them. So yeah, I'm using Restream to stream to Twitch and YouTube, so I can see the chat from both channels and how many viewers. Obviously, YouTube is where most people know me, and I haven't done a lot on Twitch, so that's kind of understandable. So the first thing I need to do is I just need to make a new canvas, like so. And what I want to make is I want to make the little icons that rotate around the sphere. For like email or web links or that sort of thing. So I'm going to, I hate it when it does this, when it kind of remembers what I've done before, but this setup hasn't updated. Okay, so I want to use the colour picker, so I want to get this pink colour. First thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to paint bucket fill, and again, why my computer does this I don't know. This computer just, every time I'll change it to a setting, it'll then default back, and I'll save the new setting as my default setting, and it'll just keep reverting. So yeah, this computer is a little bit knackered. It was my, and it still is kind of my workhorse VR machine. My upstairs machine, which is the better one, is the NVIDIA RTX 2070s machine, and that one is our gaming machine. So if I ever want to do like Unreal videos or sort of more demanding kind of streaming videos, then that'll be the machine I'll do it on. However, I've only got one camera and one cam link, so I'm using this setup because this is the one I use for meetings with students at the moment and staff. So what I'm doing is I'm just creating this canvas with this little www text in it, nothing super fancy. Just going to save it onto my machine somewhere. And again, I'm doing a cardinal sin of saving everything into my desktop, which is not a good idea, but oh well. COA technical assets. Is it renamed it? It is, it's just being a bit slow. And I want to save this as a JPEG because I don't want to take up a lot of memory. So www, save. I should be able to have chat open on my phone, which I do. Fantastic. Let's just save that. There we go. Going to get to After Effects, and I'm going to just open up a Finder window, which seems to be taking forever. My machine does not like having OBS open and anything else open, so yeah, that will be need to be addressed. I'm looking at investing a bit more money in setting up a better setup for this sort of stuff in the longer term. But I've already spent nearly $4,000 on equipment just to get to be able to actually do my tutorials as they are. Believe it or not, it is quite expensive to actually create content. Especially when you haven't got access to equipment from work like you would typically because of the COVIDs. So we got our image in here. I'm just going to use the inbuilt tools. I'm not going to use my Red Giant plugins because I've got the Red Giant plugins for 6 months as an education license. I'm just going to use the most basic things of CC Sphere. Drag this onto here. And now I have this orb that I can rotate around if I wanted to. Let's pull up the ambient bring down the diffuse, just brighten this back up towards back to where it was roughly. So my text is a bit small. I'm trying to think of an easy way of fixing the text without having to go back into Photoshop. So let's just scale this up and reapply. No, that doesn't do anything. I'll pre-compose this. That might be a way to do it. Press OK, and then drag the CC sphere onto the pre-compose. Not doing what I want it to do, is it? It's not doing what I want it to do. I'm going to have to do this the more annoying way. There's probably a better way of doing this. In fact, I'm pretty sure there is a better way of doing this. Let's just save this again. Save to my machine. Save as a JPEG. Save, replace. Yep, thank you. There we go. Let's update that. Let's go back to my shading. Bring down the diffuse. Bring up the ambient. Okay, so now I've got this basic little sphere. It's nothing great. In fact, it's pretty crap, to be honest with you, at this point in time. But I have the option now of adjusting its rotation on keyframes. So I'm going to want this to sort of spin around basically and change to show us different images. Or so we've got website. We haven't got Twitter handle or social media presence yet for COA Technical, although I think we should get one. And basically email. So with keyframing, I can just simply select my rotation handle. So I'm going to rotate it under Y, I think. And I want this to be 180 degrees. So I want this to be showing up as pink to begin with. And let's say around about 2 seconds, I'm going to keyframe. So it stays at this position at that point. And then I want it to rotate to 180 degrees within about 3 seconds, let's say. I am very much just sort of eyeballing this or thinking about this as I go along. I'm not really coming into this with a huge plan of action. Well, I've got a plan of action in my head, but not super realised in terms of like written down. Let's pull this around. Composition, because this is a pre-comp, I need to... Come on. Come on. Yeah, the reason I'm wearing a cap today is my hair just looks like garbage. It's just greasy, it's horrible, I hate it. And so I'm trying to hide my hair to a degree. Okay. So in October, which is, well, from today onwards obviously, my channel's theme is going to largely be Halloweenish or spooky, especially towards the end of the month. So at the end of the month I'll be making a series of videos on projection mapping and some simple little makes to make your sort of Halloween experience or house look a lot cooler for quite a, well, on a budget essentially. A lot of things I do and things I make have to be done on a budget because, you know, money basically is a precious resource, and I rent. I don't own my own house. I have to rent a property. So yeah, and yeah, like it's just a sad fact of life that you know, finances dictate what we can all do. So let's bring up my U, press U to bring up my keyframes. Then I want this to rotate back by 1. Let's just see which direction this is going. So this is rotating. Let's have this on because that's going to be. Okay, so I've got that rotating the wrong way around at the moment. So let's make this one a negative 180. And then have this one here be a positive 180. So it stays there, then rotates away. Come on. I feel like I have to do like a little wind-up dance every time it's well, chugs along essentially. One of the reasons I don't do Spark tutorial streams, for example, is, well, twofold. One, my Spark AR doesn't work on my Windows PCs. It just crashes all the time. Don't know why. It happens on all three of my Windows machines. I've got a laptop as well. It doesn't work on that either. Just dies. So I have to use my MacBook. Now my MacBook, as you probably have gathered by some of my videos, gets warm. By warm, I mean it basically sounds like a jet plane taking off. So you can imagine if I was trying to get any form of streaming set up with that, it would just be constantly. So I'm trying to save everybody's ears to a degree by not doing it that way, or not using that machine for that, which is not ideal, but it is what it is. So yeah, again, I'm still trying to get a proper, I'm still working on my setup. It's a constantly evolving process. I don't have the luxury like some of my colleagues do of having a setup that I can just keep permanently, arranged. I have a lot of equipment. A lot of the equipment I've got is actually stuff that I normally store at work, but I've had to bring back home because I can't keep it at work anymore because I can't necessarily get into work all the time, especially with everything that's going on. So I have to bring a lot of my own stuff back to my house. So I've got shelves full of stuff, I've got boxes full of stuff. And then I have to basically rearrange things every time I want to do a video or do something different. So yeah, it's not fun. It's one of the largest issues with doing a lot of VR stuff outside of YouTube. It takes up a lot of space. So let's get the... Are you going to not crash on me? Come on. There we go. Right, so I want the radius is pointed to be 75. I want this to do this. So what will happen is this will sort of zoom down into this bottom corner. So go from this. So we've got a kind of transition of the pink flowing back and then giving this little sphere without having to use different face shapes, which is good. Let's create one more solid. The stream's only going to be until just before 2, by the way. I've got some meetings and other things I've got to get on with at 2, so this isn't going to be a full workload or a full me working stream. As you can probably appreciate, I'm still technically working at this point in time. I work from 9 till 5:30ish most days, so I tend to have to be available for meetings and calls at any moment. And there's quite a few of those at the moment because of we're starting a new semester very soon. So we're starting a bit later than most of the UK places. Okay, so let's go. I would love to upgrade this computer, but it's just a cost that I can't rationalise, to be honest with you. There we go. So I've got that colour. What's its colour value? Its colour value is 747678. Layer new. Come on. So yeah. What I would like to probably do actually in terms of getting a better setup is I probably would like to be able to have a computer such as this just running the OBS and then having another computer feed into it. So I work on one machine and have the other machine just to push out and capture and record. It's what most kind of professional streamers tend to do, you'll find, is they'll tend to, if they can, have 2 machines or something else to offload some of the strain off the machine. The machine got, like, latest Ryzen CPUs or anything, which I do again upstairs. But on my downstairs machine, I'm running on an Intel i7 6700K. This is unlocked, so it's been overclocked a bit, but not enough really. So I think that's. I'm not happy with that grey. It's a little bit too light. I know. I kind of want it to be a bit darker. I'm sure I can get away with being a bit darker. Just make that a bit darker, like so. And okay. So what I will do is on this pre-comp. Will I do on the pre-comp? So what point does it disappear? So it's there for that, and then it kind of disappears around 9 or 10 seconds ish. So let's say around 10, I want this image to just not exist anymore. So I'm going to go to Photoshop, go back to my seems like a long time ago. Okay, so I just had a work query come through, sorry about that. Let's just hide the text. Don't. Thank you. And I'm just going to make the most basic of sort of email icons. Again, if I was doing this sort of, if I've been paid to kind of do this, because again, yes, this is part of my job, but it's sort of a different thing, if that makes sense. What my job is. It's a little bit of an extra thing that I do for my job. I would probably make this in Illustrator and have it as a vector image rather than as a raster. But for the purposes of the fact it's only going to be on screen for a very short amount of time, and nobody's really going to take any notice, I'm just going to do this. I don't want it to be, actually no, I will keep that as a square. So I'm going to put this again in the middle, so let's see, will that give me the guides coming up? I'll do. I'm not going to faff about with it any longer. So let's give me the pen tool. Give me the pen tool. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Pen tool. Pen tool. Don't make me whack this computer. Yes, pen tool. Finally, okay. So we're going to go to about here. Here. Come on. Okay, so is that now a shape? That's now a shape. Move that point up a little bit. Come on. Nothing worse than when you've got a computer that's a little bit twitchy. Kind of makes doing well, most things just are needlessly difficult. There you go. It's so annoying again because, like I said, I have got a better machine, but I can't stream from that machine because I haven't got a camera set up there, and I can't move this upstairs because of meetings. It'll do. It'll do. It's not perfect. I can see a little bit there, a little bit there, a lot to fix, but it'll do. Because yeah, it's quite easy to get hung up on things sometimes, to go like, oh yeah, it's got to be perfect, it's amazing. But to be honest with you, 90% of the time, it will do. It will do. Because otherwise, you're just not going to get anything done. And I've got a very big backlog. I've got a lot of work I've got to still do for the channel. I've got many blogs I need to write as well for my website. Come on. Come on. Come on! There we go. So you can see how the delay I've got dealing with on this machine. This is why a lot of my videos are often pre-recorded, not live, just purely because my machine's sort of dying when it has OBS being used as a streaming service. So if anybody's got any recommendations on better ways of doing this, that'd be appreciated. I'm running a GTX 980 Ti with a i7-7700K it's on an SSD hard drive, which is what the OS is on, and it's running at about 16 gigabytes RAM, which is not the best, but it's all I can get into this machine at the moment. So yeah, this machine shouldn't be as slow and laggy as it is, but it's being very slow and laggy. Save on my computer, bring up the Finder, save on my computer, bring up the window, come on. Come on! There we go. Save this as another JPEG. Email. So yeah, my goal is I'll actually start properly streaming tutorial stuff once I've got a better rig and proper setup. It only has this issue, by the way, when I'm using anything Adobe related. So if I'm actually using Unreal Engine or doing things with a VR headset, streaming it through, or any other device, it's fine. It works perfectly. With Adobe, lag, slow, basically. So yeah, Adobe and OBS don't seem to be getting along on my machine for whatever reason. I actually saved it. I don't know. I'm scared to like click too many things at once. Okay, so we've got the email. Let me drag this in. And I want this to be a new layer. Come on. Come on. Wait. Yeah. Responding, not responding, not responding, responding, responding.